Okay, looks like I'm live. Good evening, my dear friends. Good evening for those who live in the United States of America. Good evening for other countries that are close to the United States of America. And good day for those who are still having a daytime. Okay, I'm going to wave to hairstylist. Thank you for joining me. So Anna Deeter is here, and today we're again going to talk about very, very important subject, which is called stuttering. Stuttering, stammering, cluttering, or anything else, any other problems you may have with your speech. Okay, thank you, Fatty Tomato, for joining. Why fatty? Are your tomatoes are fatty? Okay, thank you for joining. Hi, Donna. Thank you for waving. I'm still waiting for people to join us. So today I don't really have any particular topic to discuss. I'm just here to answer anyone's questions about speech problems, which could be called stuttering, stammering, cluttering, or just simply fearful. When people are fearful to speak in public, some people tell that they can speak alone, they can speak with their loved ones, but they have a hard time speaking in front of strangers. Other people say they can speak fine when they're talking to people who they don't know, but when they are in front of their family, whatever, mother, father, they all of a sudden begin stuttering. We all are so different. So this is why today I am trying again an even later time. Right now, so it's November 7th, it's 18:51, the time right now. So I encourage you guys, if you are interested, to ask any questions about what stuttering is, what normal speech is, and how you can get rid of stuttering in almost no time, once and for all, in a very, very short time. Thank you, Donna. You just wrote something here. I have had it ever since I was a child, and it's been a lifelong struggle. Yes, I totally understand it. And I totally understand what you're feeling about this, because you are actually calling it a struggle. Yes, it is a struggle. This is the reason why I love my job so much. This is why when I help people see right in front of my eyes how a person who, let's say, was struggling with this for years, some people keep struggling for younger people for 10 years, 20 years, 30, 40 years. And then they step in my classroom and they finally understand and experience what is it to speak normally, without mistakes, without tension, without feeling awkward, without hating themselves, without embarrassment, without the feeling of shame. These are all emotions I want to talk about today. When I was thinking what information to give you, I was thinking, let's talk about emotions, because this is what all people who stutter experience today. And this is exactly what I am teaching my students, how to express any emotion that you may have in words, in accurate words. And then you can speak the way you want. You can say anything you want after you come to me and you simply learn the truth, that there is absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are 100% healthy individual. You do not have any sicknesses. And whatever you've been struggling from your childhood has nothing to do with the so-called disability or physical problem or medical issue. Nothing. Okay, Donna, you just wrote to me the frustration not to be able to talk fluently makes me feel angry and a burden to people. Oh my God, I totally understand what you're saying. Thank you so much, Donna, for bringing it here. Thank you, because this is exactly what happens. You just begin asking me questions. You know, in order to speak, I talk live now every day. I just come up at different time zones. But every time I see the same. Everyone is struggling. And what do you get from those who are supposed to help you? Right? We're talking about conventionally trained speech professionals. They call themselves speech therapists, speech pathologists, neurologists, psychologists, psychiatrists. There are all kinds of people who are involved in this industry. But unfortunately, they don't understand what stuttering is. They don't understand. They don't understand the psychology of a person who stutters. This is why they say, a lot of them today say, accept it, advertise your stuttering. How can you advertise being awkward? You are not deaf. You can hear what's coming out of your mouth. You know it's not pleasant. Why people around you are not making mistakes in words, and you are. Why? Has any of the speech therapists ever explained it to you? All they can do is just keep telling you, oh, you're weird. You are special. Yeah, right. You're special. I'm here to tell you that you are not any different from me. Can you see how I speak? And English is not my first language. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the Instagram. I just check my YouTube and Facebook and I do not see anybody there. You know, I gotta start using Facebook and YouTube. I use it rarely now. I'm just so focused on Instagram because I get live communication and this is what I love. So the bottom line, if you are going to accept, it's simply accepting the disability which you don't have. This is reality. You don't have a disability. You don't. You are 100% healthy. You are 100% normal human being. You are born with all the possibilities, all the abilities to learn to move your one speech organ, which if you have heard me speak before, you probably know. It's just one speech organ. You know what it is? The tongue. It's the muscle of your tongue, or maybe muscles, several muscles there. So it's your tongue. It's no different between, let's say, if you have learned how to write and you do not have any fear about writing, right? You just write. If you know how to write the word cat, you just go C-A-T. You know the movements of your hand and you never sweat about it. You never have anxiety about it. You never have a fear of moving your hand. But unfortunately, nobody has ever, who were supposed to do, speech therapists were supposed to do it, but they didn't. They never taught you how to move your tongue to say the word cat. Cat, with two movements of your tongue. They keep discouraging you. They keep telling you that, no, stuttering is incurable. There is no cure. You cannot do anything about it. You are just kind of a genetic freak, right? You have to get used to it. You have to accept it. This is such a horrible, horrible disinformation. Thank you, Donna, for writing. People who don't have the condition can be very ignorant, and we get stigmatized and discriminated against because we're different. Yes, there is a truth in your words. You're absolutely right. However, let me explain to you. People have one thing that they take care of. One, you know what this is? They take care of their own life, of their own actions, of their own muscles of their body. And if you want to understand why people are ignorant, because people really don't understand why. The word cat, you just move your tongue, cat. That's it. You don't need to do anything else. Cat. And people who have learned when they were really young to move their tongue naturally, okay, pause to, yeah, I was paused for poor connection. I think I'm back, right? Can you guys see me? Yeah, I think everything is fine. So when they have learned to move their tongue and they have no problem to do cat, of course they don't understand why you, people who stutter, you look normal. I don't see that you don't have a tongue. I don't see that you don't have some parts of your body that participate in, we use when we speak. You have exactly the same. This is why people don't understand you. And of course, because they don't understand, they laugh at you. Some laugh, some just go fearful. They go, whoa, 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 what is this person doing? Whoa. They're afraid of you. They don't know how to deal with you. This is why. This is where all the attitude is coming from. Hi, Alex. Anna, how to train our focus. Okay, Alex, let me finish the question I just got here, okay? And then I'm going to get to you. So once again, Donna, please understand that you are no different from anybody else. Those who laugh at you, you have exactly the same talent. You can learn to speak just like they speak, and even better. Even better, you can speak much better than they speak. But in order to do so, you gotta learn why I am making mistakes, why I cannot say the word that even 5-year-old girl can say. Why? What is the real reason for that? Every time I talk to people who come to me for free consultations, I always ask these questions. I always ask them, do you know why? What blocks you? You have a block, definitely. Something doesn't allow you to speak. Okay, yes, Donna, I see that there is a whole conversation happening and I just missed it. Okay, so let me finish my thought because it looks like you guys haven't watched me yet. So your stuttering is your I don't know, and I repeat it in every single video. Okay, this is for you and this is for those who watch me on YouTube, okay? Your stuttering is your I don't know. Please understand. You guys do not know how to move your tongue accurately for each and every word that you want to say. Why? Because when you were young, you stopped speaking. You did. You stopped speaking. And it's exactly the same. Let's say you never learned to dance and you grew up and you never took dance classes. You never attended some places where people dance. You never coordinated your body. It happens. Some people just don't like dancing. They don't feel like it. And when you come to a party all of a sudden, now you're an adult, and someone asks you, come on, you can dance. And when you dance, people are laughing at you because you look so clumsy. You don't dance well. But you do not get offended because you realize, yeah, I'm not a good dancer. I never dance. But this is exactly the same. When you cannot move your tongue, which everyone else can do, except, of course, 1% of the population, people laugh at you. And there is nothing you can do about it. You don't like it, but there is nothing you can do about it. There is only one thing you can do. You simply need to come to me and fix this problem once and for all. Once and for all. And Donna, if you still have not seen the video testimonials of my 3 days or even 1 day work, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel or even watch videos here on Instagram, because I have uploaded quite a few short videos, 1-minute videos, a little longer videos. I have so many videos, testimonials of what my students struggled with before they took the class. And then 3 days later, they simply adjusted their speech instrument. They learned how to move their tongue and they started speaking totally fine. Totally fine. Okay, I don't know, Donna, if you're still listening to me. Hopefully you are. Okay, so Andrea, okay, let me go to Alex Champ. Alex, haven't you talked to me once? I don't remember. I think your name looks familiar. So Alex on YouTube just asked me a question, Anna, how to train our focus? This is a great question. The only way we can train our focus is by doing something that is very interesting for us. This is how young children, when they play with a toy, their focus goes directly there. Okay, it's there. And whenever the mother wants a child to do something else that the child is not really interested to do, let's say it's a first grader and he has to write some letters or to do some homework and he doesn't want to do it. His mind is totally on his toys. He wants to play. He doesn't want to do it, like boring homework, okay? And this is a challenge for the parent to make sure that the child switches his attention from toys to doing the homework. But this is a must thing that has to happen. So a wise parent would do this, would have a conversation with his or her child. I know it's so much fun to play with this toy. And you know what? We will get back to playing with the toy right after you finish your homework. I promise. And the child goes, no, I have so much homework. I don't want to do it. I will not have time to play with this toy because you will tell me after I finish my homework, you will tell me go to bed. And the parent, the wise parent, simply will tell, no, I promise. Right after you complete your homework, I will give you this toy myself. I want you to play. I want you to be happy and play with the toy. But you know what? You got to do your homework because tomorrow you're going to have to go to school and you don't want to fail your spelling test, right? You don't want others get A+ grades and you're going to get maybe C or even fail your test. Kind of have this kind of a conversation. And then the child will focus on his homework because he knows the faster he's going to finish his homework, the sooner he is going to play with his toy. So this is the only way you can actually make a child or some not very diligent person, maybe a little lazy person. You need to make an agreement. You need to encourage this person to focus on the work. Focus. Maybe it's not interesting to this little child, but he's focused now because he wants to finish this. I don't know if you understand me, Alex. So, but I'm going to summarize. The only way we can train our focus is to do just what we need to do or just what we want to do. Do it consciously and have a little prize for yourself. Let's say if you don't want to do something that you don't like, but you know, let's say you are a student, college student, and you need to do some also work to prepare for the test. Now you don't have a mother who's going to be encouraging you. You got to have a conversation with you. You got to talk to yourself and say, if I'm going to do this work right now, tomorrow, I'm going to just go and whatever, go to the movie theater. I don't know if movie theaters are open today, right? But you gotta promise to yourself a little present because you did study hard and you know you're gonna get through the test tomorrow. So decide what you're gonna do tomorrow after your test. Just decide. Let it be a stimulation. Or let's say something else. I mean, I don't know, we all are so different. We all have different things that we want to do and interested in doing, okay? So, and then you will focus on doing your work. Okay, Alex wrote, how to switch focus from auditory memory to tongue. How to switch your focus? By doing it. By doing it. By training yourself to do it. See, Alex, from your question, I see you don't even know. What is it? Auditory memory. What does it even mean? What does it mean, auditory memory? Okay? And what does it mean to move your tongue? How you're supposed to move your tongue? Do you know how to do it? Alex, do you know how to do it? Once again, I'm going to show it to my YouTube viewers. This is what your stuttering is. Okay, this way. You don't know. Even if you, let's say, maybe you have read my books, and I do mention auditory memory. I do talk about tongue. But do you even understand what auditory memory is? What do you need to have in your auditory memory before you can move your tongue? Do you know this, Alex? This is what you need your teacher for. Nothing can substitute the teacher, guys. Absolutely nothing. Okay? So, Alex, I hope you understand me. Switching the focus, you need to know what you want to do. What is it in your auditory memory? What is it? What do you have in your auditory memory? How do you use your tongue? What do you need? And by the way, I explained yesterday, in order to switch from auditory, where we are supposed to have the melody of the word, melody, it's already learned. 100 years ago, you know that, let's say, this is called a pencil. You know it. Every time you look at it, you immediately move your tongue because you listen. I mean, you've memorized this melody. It's already in your auditory memory. But the problem is, most likely, you do not have the tongue muscle memory. Your tongue is not used to make correct movements. Pencil, 3 movements of the tongue. Pencil. This is why you may hear the melody body, but you don't know how to switch to your tongue simply because your tongue has not been trained yet. It's exactly like, imagine, Alex, you are sitting next to the piano player and you watch piano player play beautiful music. It could be even some tune that you have heard. You can even sing along, la 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 la. Happy birthday, right? You've heard this tune, simple tune, many times. But if you have never ever moved your fingers to play this tune, can you play it? Your fingers have zero muscle memory. You can even switch, you can begin moving your fingers, but do you know how? This is a big problem. Please, guys, understand. Alex, understand. You need to build the muscle memory of your tongue for each and every word that you have difficulty saying. Okay? So let me read what else I have here. Okay, Instagram. I have only one person, Donna. People have no patience, so I understand you. Yeah. Of course, people have no patience because everyone takes care of themselves. I'll tell you, I have no patience. When I see people come to me, I begin speaking to them. I go like this. I got your question. Because it's so painful for me to see how they're attempting to ask their questions when I know it's so simple. I know how to guide them so they would ask me a question without doing all kinds of things. It's painful for me to watch it. Of course, I'm not laughing at them. It's not funny for me, but I don't have patience because it's painful. My heart hurts when I see people ask their questions and stumble, stutter, begin breathing, begin moving their eyes, begin biting their lips, begin repeating words. Repeat the word once, repeat the beginning of this word one time, second time, third time. It's just crazy. I don't have patience to wait. The moment I understand the question, I go, I got it, let me answer your question. Okay, Donna, please understand. I will be checking out your videos. I'm 34 years old, so it's embarrassing. Yes, I know it is. It's really embarrassing, but you please understand that this embarrassment has exactly the same root as the embarrassment of a person who has never learned to dance, as I told you, and he has been asked to dance on the stage. Let's say there is a party and they go, yay, go dance on the stage. Would you be embarrassed if you never knew how to move your muscles of your body and you knew you would be clumsy? People would be laughing at you. Would you have embarrassment? Of course you would. Or maybe you just drink a lot and you don't care. You get on the stage and you begin dancing. People are laughing, but you're still dancing. It's like Donald Trump was dancing. I looked at him. God, you guys don't know how to dance at all. But he didn't care. Okay, he was really clumsy dancer, but he had a good time. Okay, so it is all about what we believe and what is the attitude towards our own action is. Okay, it's all about if we don't know how to do something well, guess what? We will be always feeling embarrassed. We will be always feeling fearful of speaking. Of course, I'm coming back to speaking, but I'm saying that even with any other action, if you don't know how to write well, how to spell words, how to spell correctly words, would you raise your hand in the classroom if the teacher asked somebody to come to the board and she would tell to write words, and you're not a good speller, would you raise your hand and come and volunteer to write the words in front of the whole class? No, you would be embarrassed. You would be fearful. You would be hiding behind your classmate, right? I understand what I'm talking about, guys. I have been helping people who stutter for 9 years. I have educated personally, without my mentor, close to 400 students with exactly the same result, 100% success. I guarantee it to each and every person who joins my classroom. I work behind the cloak. I really want you guys to awaken. Stop believing those negative people who keep telling you, you can't do it. You can't, don't even try. You will stutter for life. Have you heard this saying, once you're a stutterer, you're going to be a stutterer for the whole life? Have you heard this expression? Are you shocked? I'm here to tell you it's a lie. It's a huge disinformation, misinformation. You are not a disabled person. You're simply a beginner. You're beginning to learn speaking skills. When you were young, you stopped moving your tongue and you never adjusted your tongue to say accurately any word anytime in front of anybody. You never completed your speech training. I don't even like the word speech. I like to use the word which is just very precise. You never learned, never completed your tongue training. Tongue training. I have done it. And I have trained my tongue not only in my mother tongue, Russian, but even in English. However, the moment I attempt to say some new word, I immediately turned into a stutterer. Please understand, everyone is a stutterer. Every person on the planet is a stutterer. But I begin stuttering when I'm learning a new word. Always. I don't know how to say it. I need to hear this word several times. I need to adjust, talking about auditory memory, Alex. This is how it happens. I learned how the word sounds, and then I'm like a parrot, but better than a parrot because I'm a conscious human being. I hear the word and I immediately begin adjusting my tongue and I listen. Did I sound exactly in the same way? If I didn't, I move my tongue again. If again it didn't sound right, I go like, could you please say this word again? Let me hear. I hear again. I feel my auditory memory and I begin again using my tongue. And only when I hear that the word sounds accurately, I go, wow, now I learned the word. And guess what I have done? I have trained my tongue to say the word. I have trained it. Of course, I may forget if I don't use this word. Maybe next day I'm going to, again, have a hard time recalling the word, but it's going to be much faster now. I can kind of cheat. I can look at my dictionary. I can listen to the Google dictionary because it gives us, it talks to us. And then again, I immediately repeat because I have already adjusted my tongue. All I need to do just to use this word a lot, move my tongue a lot, repeat this word everywhere in front of anybody. I do it. And then I quit stuttering on this word. Alex, did you understand me? And Donna, did you understand me? Please let me know. I like communication. I like having feedback. This is the reason I'm coming later today. I usually always coming live. Hi, so Jad, I think you joined me yesterday, right? Your name looks familiar. Thank you so much for joining. Alex has another question. In your book, you wrote, first we need to hear in memory. My question is, at the moment when I'm supposed to say it, how to stop here in memory? You need to move your tongue immediately. And if you don't move your tongue, it means your tongue is not trained to move. That's all. It's kind of the same. Let's say, let me give you a simple example. Let's say again, piano player. Remember I told you, I can hear in my memory, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. I can hear it in my memory. Maybe I was a little bit out of tune. I haven't done it for a long time, right? But if I begin doing it on piano, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, and so on. If I do it with my fingers, I've never done it. I don't know how to play piano. I've never trained my fingers. Will I be doing it like all people do it? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti? Will I be able to do it? Like not all people, all piano players, all professionals. They're gonna just go. The moment they say, okay, someone asks, could you please play do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti? The teacher asks, for example, and they go, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti? Right away. But if you cannot switch from auditory memory, then you haven't trained your tongue for this. All you need to do is to train your tongue. Train it. But again, I don't know which book are you talking about, Alex. What book have you read? Because I have several books. If you are talking about the book Live Stutter-Free, are you talking about Live Stutter-Free or Live as a Speech is a Skill? Live as a speech. Okay, by the way, this is true. Living is a skill. So if you read the book Speech is a Skill or Live Stutter-Free, that book doesn't explain the tongue movements. It doesn't explain how to train your tongue to move. This is a different book, and it's called Correcting. I'm going to show you these books, actually. I have them right now, right here, and I'm going to show these books. Here we go. Because I understand some people, thank you, Donna. Yes, you said I understand you. Thank you for the feedback. So because I see people watching me and stumbled on me first time, I see it. So here is, if you, Alex, read this book doesn't give information about how to move your tongue. This book does have a sound matrix. You probably remember, right? Sound matrix. I'm going to show it to you so it would come to you right away. Where is it? Let me find it. I just saw it. I think it's 142, the page. 145. No, it's not. I forgot where I just saw it. So anyway, this book has the sound matrix, which this is a table. This is why we call it a matrix, because this here, I'm going to show it to you. Right? Right, Alex? Have you seen this? But tell me honestly, did you even understand this table? And this is the most important part of the book. You probably didn't even understand it. Okay? So, after that, but this book, if people want to buy books, I do recommend begin with this book. Because this book gives an overview. It explains why you are absolutely perfect. That God didn't make mistakes. God created you perfect. You have exactly the same parts of the body that anyone requires to use, or you have read both books. Got it, Alex? Okay. Ask more questions. Okay, thank you, by the way, for buying my books and actually reading them. Okay, because I've had so many students that would come to me and say, I bought your book, and I ask direct question, have you read it? And they go, no, honestly, no, I have not read it. So how can it help you if you buy the book and never read it? Okay, so once again, this book explains that you are 100% normal. You have exactly the same talents. You can learn to speak like every human on the planet, and even better, because you have exactly the same parts of the body. Your organs are set for speaking. Unfortunately, you have not completed your training of the tongue. Unfortunately, there are many, many reasons for that. Everyone has their own reason. But the bottom line, the reason is always the same. You have not completed your speech work, your tongue work, training your tongue. So begin, if you want to buy the book, begin with this book. If you live in the United States of America, you can buy this book, Speech is a Skill. You can buy this book, and you can, as a paperback, okay? And we will ship it to you. Only in the United States of America. If you live in any other country, you can buy this book for real expensive. Amazon is playing their own game. I don't even recommend people buy it from Amazon. It's too expensive, okay, when you're beginning to learn. I recommend, guys, you buy this book. It's called Live Stutter-Free. It's a digital download. You can download this book from the website, and it is only $50, 50. It's your donation, basically your thank you for my free work that I am doing every day. I come here and I talk live. Nobody's paying me for this, right? So my heart goes to you. I really want you to awaken. Stop being fearful of such a simple thing as moving your tongue. It's simple, guys. It's extremely simple, okay? So I recommend you begin with this book, and then if you want to read books, no problem. So from the website, this again, digital download is only $50. I just want you to understand it, okay? And just a month ago or 2 months ago, I have published this book. I'm just getting the feedback from people. People go like, wow, I have learned it, but something is missing. Why? Because this book, Alex, please understand, this book is written not for just regular people who stutter. It's written for people who are in the field of speech and language. They have at least some knowledge, at least. Of course, some of the knowledge is wrong that conventional professionals have, but still, they have done child development courses. If you are a psychologist, if you are an elementary teacher, if you are a speech therapist, at least you know something that will help you understand this book. I have trained to say let's go every day, but I cannot say the word at the moment I hear let's go in my memory. Why? Oh, Alex, I need to see you. I can't answer your question. I need to see what you are saying, and what you are doing could be totally different. This is what teachers are for. There could be many, many different reasons. You may be sitting and listening to the word, let's go, let's go, let's go. But when you want to say it, you do not move your tongue. You may be watching other people, your attention, once again, remember you read my book. We have one focused beam of attention. If you are studying, watching, observing people around you, your attention is on that people, not on your tongue. Maybe your attention is still, let's go in your memory. You need to switch the focus from here to here. Feel your tongue move. Feeling your tongue move. But you probably don't even understand what I'm saying. Let me explain. because it's a token of my appreciation for actually having read 2 books. Let me explain. Do you see this? This is my toy I have used. I am using. Which country, you ma'am? I am living in the United States of America, but originally I am from Russia. Okay, J Deep, just wanted to answer your questions. Keep asking questions, guys. You need to turn me on. Then I will just go forever. Here we go, Alex. Look, we have our mouth, and there are 2 walls. This is wall number 1. Here, this is a wall. We can call it a ceiling. It's a wall. And this is the wall number 2. We call it a what? Floor. We can say a floor. Both of these walls are really hard. Really hard. This is why when our tongue is moving, it makes the movement between the walls. We never ever push this wall in our mouth. This is what old people who stutter do. They go la 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 la, or they push the ceiling in their mouth instead of moving their tongue from one wall to the other wall. There are 2 spots in our mouth. Over here, the position of the tongue where all the vowels, consonant sounds sound when we move our tongue. Here is what our tongue is doing. This is called the preparation movement, okay? And then when we want to move it, we go la, la. I'm doing it so you could see my tongue. La, la. Look, watch the tongue. There is no speech. Look. And then there is speech. La. Only when the tongue moves, there is speech. But you gotta feel your tongue move. Feel it. Make sure you're feeling that the tongue is moving, Alex. Do you understand it? If you're not, what can I do? You guys are just worrying about money. When will you start worrying about yourself, about the time you're wasting in your life? Come to me. The first consultation is free. Come to me. And maybe because you have read both of my books, now maybe even the short course is enough. 1-day course is going to be enough for you. Alex, it's real affordable today. Okay? Then I will know for sure what you're doing. Why you cannot say the word. But most of the time, you simply don't move your tongue. You got to move your tongue. You got to feel your tongue. And here is another thing I'm going to explain before I go to your questions, guys. I see all the questions on Instagram and on YouTube. Thank you for your questions. Here we go. Look, I want you all to do one thing right now. I want you to put your finger like this. Don't look at it. Put it somewhere so you could not see it. And begin moving it. Moving it. Moving. Don't look at it. Moving. I hope you're doing it with me. How do you know that your finger is moving? How do you know it? Some of you may say, I see it. No, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know. How do I know that my finger is moving? I'm feeling it. I'm getting a sensory feedback. I'm feeling, yes, my finger is moving. Exactly the same should be happening with you, Alex. You need to feel your tongue. Feel it. Because if I am doing this, see, I am even having a hard time speaking. My focus is here. It's really hard for me. I am going with my attention back and forth, feeling the tongue, feeling my finger, feeling my tongue. Do you understand it? It's possible to do both things at once. I am doing it, but it is not at once. I take time to select the word. to feel my tongue. Everything requires time, and time. Not a lot, of course. Okay, so someone wants to be in my video? You want to be in my video? Is that true, JDib? No problem, I'll let you in. Oh, cancel. Go. Oh, yes, go with J. Okay, let me see. Waiting for JDib. I'm waiting. Okay, Miriam, I see that you have... I'm so sorry that I couldn't join your 3-day course. Okay, we'll talk about it. So let me see, I'm still connecting. JDib, are you gonna be with me? I'm waiting for someone. Nice toy. Yes, it is a nice toy. Because sometimes when I'm using this, I'm like using my own tongue. I touch it, and touch it, and now I know I'm not supposed to touch my tongue. Okay, now I'm touching the toy. And it's big too. You can see and understand better. Okay, so you know what, JDib? It looks like we are out of luck. You probably have a very weak connection. I'm going to cancel it, okay? I would love you guys to be in my call. Okay, let me go to Miriam. Miriam wrote, I'm so sorry that I couldn't join your 3-day course. It was too expensive, but I am so grateful you said me about my tongue. I'm so happy now that I can overcome my stammer. Miriam, let's talk a little bit about this, because people, it's another block a lot of people who stutter have. They believe that they are not worth it to invest in their own life. They believe money is more important than their life. When you say it's too expensive, this is not true, Miriam. Yes, the 3-day course is a lot. Someone is calling me. It's more expensive because, of course, I'm giving you my life, and my life is expensive, of course. But today, a lot of people come to me and fix their speech in only 1 day. And only 1 day, I mean the whole day. It's from the morning to the evening with very few breaks, very few things to eat. Today, it's affordable, Miriam. It's affordable. And if you cannot afford even 1-day course, then you don't work, my dear, because it's really not a lot of money. And if you don't work, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to say anything that you kind of, not to offend you, but if you do not work, the universe will get rid of you. You gotta work. No matter what work, maybe you're raising a child, taking care of a child, it's work, of course. This I can understand. But if you are not working, not making money, not creating anything for other people, not helping other people, not doing anything in your life, you don't need speech. You don't. You don't actually need to be eating, consuming, wasting the natural resources, and the universe will get rid of people who don't work. But let's assume you do work, Miriam. And if you work, then you can afford anything. Anything. How do people buy cars? They make a deal with a bank, right? They go to the bank. You can do the same. Go get a bank loan. Not for a car, but call it a student loan. Banks are happy to give you loans. It's for their benefit because you're going to have to pay a little interest later on. But guess what? You can do it. And after you graduate from my program, from my school, you can find a speaking job and you can begin making a lot of money because they pay very well for speaking jobs. And you will be able to pay back to the bank in small payments. Many of my students have done that. I remember I first learned about this from my student from India. India, not from countries. I guess Miriam is probably from the States because you are still alive. I mean, awaken, of course, alive. Awaken at this late time. You gotta understand, if you work, you can afford anything. And I remember that student from India, I asked him specifically, I was curious. And I asked him, in 2 years, did you pay your bank loan back? He said, yes, I did. And I even got another one, and I bought a scooter. In India, it was important. He liked it so much to get a bank loan that he can pay in small portions. He said he paid it over 2 years in the very, very small portions. He hasn't even noticed that he had to pay back. Okay? So you gotta understand, this is a block you guys have. You're worth it. Money is nothing. Money is a tool to grow, a tool to live a happy life. Just imagine yourself. You go anywhere and you don't worry about what you want to say. You don't worry. You want to ask for direction. Okay, you can stop anybody. Excuse me, sir. How do I go here and there? And you don't even worry about, oh my God, am I going to say it? All these bad feelings, all this hatred of yourself, low self-confidence, they all are going to go. You are never going to hate yourself again. You got to understand there is a reason you have all these weird feelings. And you know, I'll tell you even more because we're talking about it. When I first, thank you so much for your hearts, guys. I love you, ma'am. I do love you too, guys. I do love you all. This is my motivator. This is my driver. No matter what they say Anna Deeter is a scam. Yeah, right. Over 400 graduates happy. I'm a scam, right? Okay. And you know who scolds on me most of the time? It's people who call themselves speech and language therapists, pathologists, and they stutter themselves. It's crazy. We live in a crazy world. It's the same as, you know, they say blind is leading the blind. Blind leading the blind. That's what's happening today. But once again, I'm here not to criticize anybody. I don't want to criticize anybody because people become offended. I know people have a big heart. They really want to help those who stutter, but they don't have the training. They don't know how to do it. So the bottom line, what I'm doing here, I'm offering 100% solution for every problem of those who stutter have. Every your problem. When you come to me, we focus on your blocks, mental blocks. We focus on what is it that you believe you need to do, which is not reality, which is not correct. Why you hating yourself? Why you feeling embarrassed? Why? You're going to have answers to all these questions. And you will begin training your tongue. 3 days is quite enough. You will understand. But Miriam, even in 1 day, I have had students who have done 1 day course and they never came back. Never. It was enough for them. Okay? So does chewing gum, Miriam is asked the question. Oh, wait a second. Oh, Alex, I think I answered your question. Okay. Miriam, does chewing gum help you speak? Of course not. Miriam, please understand. Okay, I'm going to look there, not on Instagram because you're on YouTube. Miriam, how will chewing gum help me if I want to learn to play, let's say, a trumpet? I want to play a trumpet. That's how they play, right? Let's pretend this is a trumpet. Okay? How will it help me? I don't understand. How will it help me if I train my hand to squeeze the ball? You know, people do a lot of exercises and they're gonna squeeze ball. They keep squeezing the ball. How will it help me to learn to write letters in Japanese language, for example? Will it help me? Please understand, Miriam, that chewing gum is one action and it requires a totally different coordination of your muscles. It's coordination of your muscles. Yes, you know how to chew. Why do you need to practice? You chew food every day. What's the difference? You know how to chew, but you have no idea how to move your tongue to say chewing gum. You don't know. You don't know. You've never trained your tongue to do it. Sometimes you're okay, you're guessing it, because every time you're speaking, you're guessing. Sometimes you're guessing it right, because it's so simple. But other times, most of the time, basically, you're guessing it wrong. You stumble and you hate it. And it's painful. Sometimes a lot of people who start to tell me that it's so tense, they have pain here, pain in their chest. They're out of breath. They have shortness of breath. All people are different. I can only tell you that there is nothing wrong with you. You simply need to understand how to use your muscles, how to use them. Instead of pushing, again, pushing the wall, you cannot break the wall. This is where stupor is coming from. You pushing the wall. Try to push the wall with your hand. What will happen? You're going to break your hand. Make a fist and hit the wall. Will it be a pleasant experience? Of course not. But you're doing it when you're speaking. You keep pushing the wall in your mouth with your tongue. And then you go, oh, I cannot speak. Of course you can. You need to learn to move your tongue not up to the wall, not push against the wall, but literally pull it down away from the wall. Because this is when speech happens, when we move our tongue from top to bottom, not the other way around. Okay? So it's, Alex, a little bit of information for you too. Okay, can a stammerer go itself? You know what? I cannot tell you no for sure because I don't know you. You may be smart. You may be speaking nonstop. But from my experience, I know you need a teacher. See, even Alex, this is a good example. See, Alex, who is in the same chat, he has read both of my books and he still has questions. Nobody can substitute a teacher. You gotta come to me. Stop worrying about money. Stop. Get a job, okay? Get some extra job, half a year, and you're gonna have money. You just need to work extra hard. I know in today's crazy economy, it's not easy. I totally get it. Totally get it. But it's possible. It's hard, but hard doesn't mean impossible. Please understand. I have worked with people from all walks of life. I remember one of my students, actually, she was from Lithuania, and she had a master's degree in business or economy, something. She had a master's degree, but she didn't make much money on her work in Lithuania. And you know what she did? A girl, 20, how old was she? 20 something, I don't remember, 24, maybe 26. I remember her name was Laura. Those who maybe have seen the video of her may resonate because it's a beautiful video. She's a beautiful girl anyway. So She left Lithuania, she traveled to somewhere in Norway, and she signed a contract with some cleaning company. She worked for a whole year for a cleaning company. She didn't know the language. She couldn't speak. She was miserable. And she worked all day long cleaning houses, cleaning toilets, scrubbing floors in someone else's houses. But she did it because she had a goal. She wanted to get rid of stuttering. And guess what? When she came to me, she fixed her speech. Now she is making really good money in Lithuania. It's just one example. And this is the reason I'm having this Our Success Stories picture for those of you who watch me on YouTube, YouTube and Facebook. I don't see anybody from Facebook today. It's amazing. Okay, yeah, I need to begin moving Facebook. Using Facebook. So once again, look at the screen and you see this is what I do. This is my job. I create success stories. In my program, there is no chance you're never going to succeed. I'm going to be on you until you're 100% success. I'm going to be with you, pushing you. Yes, the way I push could be different from person to person. Sometimes I do really, really tough things, really tough. Okay, but this is my job. If you have taken the 3-day course, I will never leave you. If you are still not 100% success, if you were 100% success and then you didn't do what I told you to do, you stopped doing what I told you to do, and you degraded, this happens, okay? Because once again, you need to develop the muscle memory of your tongue. And of course, how can you develop the muscle memory if you don't go to the gym, for example? You know what happens to people when they want to build their muscle, tough muscles in their body. They need to go to the gym and exercise a lot and regularly. And you know what happens if, let's say, you go to the gym and you exercise daily for a month and then you become lazy and you stop going to the gym. You stop exercises. What happens to your muscles? You lose them, like the balloon. No air in the balloon. I don't know how to say it in English, so it's just, I don't know how to say it in English. The air comes out and the muscles go non-existent, okay? It's very, very important to understand. Okay, let me go to Instagram. I haven't answered their questions. Okay, okie dokie, let me see. Assam. That stutter gets worse when we keep growing. Of course, it gets worse because you are still remaining an undeveloped speaker, undeveloped. If you are a 5-year-old who is making mistakes in speaking, people say, oh, you're so cute. Oh, it's so cute, right? But when you become 10 years old and make exactly the same mistakes, teachers already know this is not cute. You got to go to a speech therapist, right? When you already 18 and you're still making the same mistakes over amateur, you're just the beginner, okay? Now it's not cute. Nobody is talking about speech therapists anymore. Everyone just understands, you know what, you got to take care of your speech. People who love you, of course, that's what they say. Or the negative people say different thing. They may love you, but they're negative. And they may say, accept it, accept. You know you cannot get rid of it, then accept it. Just ignore it. Just do your best and speak the way you can. This is what negative people tell you. I am an optimist. I am a very positive person. When I work with my students, I joke, I giggle with them, we just laugh. I just love my job. You can see I love what I'm doing, okay? And I want to make a difference in your life. I want you to become free, liberated from all this BS, okay, that you have been believing for your entire life. So once again, I doubt you can do it alone. You need a teacher. And because the older you become, the more psychological layers you have developed. You develop. Now you become a bit paranoid. I'm going to give you a very simple example, and I'll tell you where I get these examples. My students have told me. I have worked with so many students. I have heard so many, like close to 400 stutter stories, over 400 stories. Do you think I know what happens to you guys? And my mentor, who is still training me, I'm still with him every time I begin teaching my student. I invite Mr. Snishko. I like when he's present because I'm like learning every day. Okay? So once again, stuttering gets worse because you become more cautious about it. You're listening to what's coming out of your mouth. You're cautious about what people are going to talk about you. You, as I mentioned, paranoia comes. It's when someone, let's see, two people are talking, they may not even talking about you, but you look at them suspiciously. You think, oh, they are probably talking about me. I probably made a mistake and they don't like my stuttering. They are probably talking about me. Ooh, they're mean. And you just keep it up, just add more. And of course, you become negative yourself. You become suspicious of other people. You see no longer friends in people. You believe that other people are your enemies. And of course, it's the law of boomerang, the law of resonance, law of karma. I don't know if you understand me. If you hate other people, people will hate you back. This is very simple. You cannot do anything about it but fix your speech. So you would stop being paranoid, stop watching other people, and make sure you take care of yourself, of your speech, only your own speech actions. Okay? Hopefully, Assam, I answered your question. This is why the older person grows, the worse stuttering becomes. Okay? Hope you understand. Okie dokie. I see Donna asked a question. Donna, please bear with me. I have many questions on YouTube. Let me go there. Hi, Anna, Inventor's Hand. Hi, Inventor's Hand. I recently read your new book. Yay! This one, right? This is my new book. I want your feedback. Could you please write to me? What do you think about this book? I'm collecting the feedbacks. I'm not gonna do it on Amazon because I've learned my lesson when people, there was a whole hatred campaign when I wrote my first book. You can still probably see the testimonials where they say Anna's book is so bad and nobody bought my book. I published my book. It was in 2016, okay, 4 years ago. I published my book and all of a sudden there were 20 reviews how bad my book was. Nobody bought it. How do you know what my book is about? Anyway, I'm not doing it anymore. I recommend you buy my books from the website because it's cheaper and it's available in a digital download, and you can ask directly questions. Ask me, not on Amazon. Nobody knows what I'm doing. Okay, so I need to know, okay, look at Facebook. What should I look at Facebook? Listen, don't give me puzzles because I communicate. Or you looked at Facebook. Oh, I get it. I get it. So, Inventor's Hand. Let me see what you wrote. Very good book. See, Inventor's Hand just wrote. Thank you very, very much. Very good book. This is the bottom line, but the book is written for Etalon Speech Educators. See, it says right here, a guide for Etalon Speech Educators. I'm thinking about redoing the cover page because it's hard to see white. I want to make it blue, this color. Then it's going to be easier to read, but it's kind of inside work. Okay, so what was the question? Have you heard from the people who have what? Who have cured? What do you want to cure, Miriam? I don't understand your question. Have you heard from the people who have been cured? That's probably you mean. Listen, I don't like the word cure. I just don't like it. And when I use it, because people relate to this word, this is what they have learned, that you need to cure stuttering. You got to understand the word cure is a medical term. What do you need to cure? You're just the beginner. You are beginning in the beginning of learning to use your muscle, your tongue. You simply don't know. You haven't learned how to move your tongue accurately with ease and comfort. You haven't learned to do it. Where is the sickness? What do you want to cure? And I usually hear back only from those students who still are confused. It does happen sometimes. People do come back to me sometimes, very rare, but it does happen. Can you imagine 400 people would keep coming back to me? I would have no life. I would be dead right now. No. People need to complete their speech education, tongue training. They need to complete it. And if they have not completed it in 3 days, and they still need to continue consulting me, no problem. I give 100% free lifetime guarantee that I will support you. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. I just change the ways I teach, as I told you. I become a little tough. I just recently had a student who just refused to do the work. He was just reasoning with me. Why do I need to do this? I don't think it's going to help me. La, 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 like all kinds of strange questions that you don't ask as a teacher. If a teacher tells you to do, there is a reason. You need to do it diligently, precisely. Do what I told you to do, exactly. And he, instead of doing it, instead of moving his tongue, he was asking questions. At first, I was patient. I was answering questions. I gave him a lot of sessions. I was giving him my time. I was sitting with him. That was the guy from Malaysia, by the way. His English wasn't perfect. That's why I felt sorry for the guy. I'm like, maybe he's not understanding me. But then I brought reinforcement. I brought my mentor, and he taught me how to deal with this student. And we did it. We did it. He stopped communicating with me. He doesn't write to me because he's got it finally. So we're all different. And Miriam, to answer your question, there is no cure. You need to complete your tongue training, period. Nothing else. If you haven't completed it, no matter how many books you're going to be reading, it's not going to work. You need to move the muscle because speech is the product of the muscle called tongue. If you haven't learned to move your tongue, forget about your speech. You will continue to struggle for life. Okay? And you need a teacher. You need a teacher. One-day course is really, really affordable today. It's not expensive. For the amount of hours I am giving during this one-day course, it's cheaper than speech therapy that you guys go for years and keep paying. Or even health insurance maybe is paying some countries. It's cheaper. So I really don't understand when people say it's too expensive. It's not. Okay, so let me see what's going on first on Instagram. Donna asked, I don't tell you I'm from UK, so greetings from the UK. You know what, Donna? Come to me privately here. I'm going to send you video of my graduates from UK. You know, I even have one video that was produced. I didn't do anything. The video was produced by one of my students from UK. He produced this video as his college project, graduation. You know, when you graduate from college, you need to do a project. So, and he was in college for marketing, filmmaking, something like this. And he made this video. It's a beautiful, beautiful video. Okay? When he was making it, he was actually consulting me as well. No, I mean, he was doing it, but scenario, what he was gonna do it, what he was gonna say, everything. The only thing he asked me just, Anna, can you please check if I don't say anything wrong in terms of, for example, cure and words like this, okay? So I just did, I just checked, and I would say, no, this is not this is not that. So that's all. But he created this video and he got the first prize in his college in UK, okay? He won the contest for the project. He got a very high mark. Okay, so I have so many videos on YouTube, it's really hard to find. But you know what? This video is actually uploaded to Instagram. You can watch it there. Go to the section IGTV videos. You know where it is? Where you have videos. I'm thinking about showing it to you. I guess you can find it, okay, on Instagram, because you are using Instagram. So you can watch it even here on your phone, or go and subscribe to YouTube. I actually really encourage you all, guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Help me move my videos to the top, because I do not even have enough subscribers. I never asked anybody to subscribe to my videos. Never asked. I knew you could watch my videos without subscription. I don't care. You don't have to subscribe. But recently, I'm working with marketers, and they say, Anna, how can you not have enough subscribers? And I said, I just never asked them to subscribe. Okay, please subscribe. Please give me likes or dislikes. By the way, if you don't know, it doesn't matter. If you give dislike or if you give like, it's the same. It's moving the video to the top, and more people can see it. Okay, so where are we? Yeah, UK. So yes, Donna, I'm glad you're from UK. I like people who speak English well, because it makes my job easier, honestly. Okay, but I can work in any language. I work with people who speak English as a second language, because I speak English as a second language. I totally get what their difficulties are, and I can explain to them. Okay, thanks. I understand. Okay, Assam, thank you for the feedback. Okay, I'm going to YouTube. Alex asked the question. Oh, wait a second. No, there is Young Chul asked the question. Let me ask. I want to more Etalon speech. You know what? The word I want is the beginning. I want is great. Now move. Move. If you want to do it, begin acting, action. How to focus speaking. I don't understand your question. How to focus on speaking? I guess that's what he means. How to focus on speaking? Very simple. You need to understand what is speaking. You don't know what speaking is. You don't know. How can you focus on speaking if you don't know what is it exactly? People, on the whole planet, people are doing when they speak. I already mentioned to you. Maybe you didn't hear, young Chu, because you joined later. You need to move your tongue. And how do you move your tongue if you have never learned to move your tongue? You have not developed the muscle memory of your tongue. How can you focus on it? Let's say Alex asked me questions. At least he's read 2 books and I can talk to him. He is understanding at least something already. Okay? But you have not read any books. You have not watched probably my free video lessons. You don't know much about it. Okay? How can you don't know much about speaking and speaking actions. How can you focus on it? You don't know what to focus on. Do you understand my explanation? Jiang Chu. Okay, Alex wrote a question. At the moment when I'm supposed to move my tongue to say let's go, I still hear let's go in my memory. So how to stop here in my memory? You keep asking the same question, Alex. You need to move your tongue. There is no other way. But you need to know how to do it. And the reason you keep asking the same questions, you don't know it. You don't understand how to do it. You don't. It's a great book. It explains everything, but you need a teacher. The teacher, this is why I'm talking to you. Take the shorter course. It's less expensive. You can even come to me and take an introductory course, which is almost nothing. 2 to 3 hours of my time. It's not expensive at all. Okay. Do it. You can start with that. Okay, Yang Chu last. My eyes so bad. Do I have to practice speaking under stress to focus on what I say? Oh, of course. But first you need to understand what is stress. What people do when they speak under stress. And who puts you under this stress? How does it happen that we stress out? You need to understand this. And this is what, again, I can teach you. No problem. Come to me. I'll teach you. I will explain to you how people speak under the stress. It's very simple, but you gotta train your tongue. Your tongue can do a very good job, but you gotta train it. You gotta train to say the same word when you are angry, when you are nervous, when you are excited, when you are fearful, when you are exhausted, when you are screaming at somebody, when you are yelling, you want to scream really loudly and to call someone who is far, far away from you, and you want a person to hear you. You need to train your tongue to do the same movements. The movements should never change, but in different settings. You need to do the training. How? Come to me. I will show it to you. I have already explained it to 400 students, even myself. Together with my mentor, we count over 10,000 people. This is why today's picture of my presentation is our success stories. If I did write 400 success stories, I can, but I have so much to do. I am actually going to put the most interesting stories. I'm getting ready to prepare maybe 10 or something because I have them in my head. I remember all the stories. I've seen them in the video. You can watch the videos, and my students are talking about this. Some of them have their faces covered, like on this picture. You see this pretty girl from Canada? Her name is Michelle. Her face, her eyes are closed. I always keep the smile open. Yes, here is her story. You can read. Oh, you can't read because on Instagram. Yeah, this is the story that I'm showing to you. Let me switch here so you could see it bigger. Do you see the picture? Yes, I'm going to create many, many success stories like this because I have them. I have so many. And from now on, every time I have a student, I'm going to write a success story in this way. This is my choice now. People don't have time to watch my videos, hundreds of videos. If I could show you my screen, I probably could. I have a video sitting on my desk. A student graduated 2 weeks ago. I'm still haven't done the video. It's just boring for me. Again and again and again, the same video. It's just too long. I'm making them short and shorter. You got to understand this is my job. I create success stories. Understand? Okay, let me go back to your questions. So, again, do you have to practice speaking under stress to focus on what you say? You have to first understand. Focus on what? You don't know. What do you need to focus actually? You don't. And you need to understand how we can express any emotion under any stress anywhere in the planet, on the planet. You gotta know how to do it first. Okay, there was a question and it disappeared. Alex, you're gonna rewrite your question. I didn't read it, Alex. Okay, Duolingo, I can't read it. Wave to you, but I apologize, I cannot say it. I'm gonna call it Duoling. Duoling. Hi, Duoling. What country are you from? Why your name is so different? I mean, different for me, maybe not for you. What country are you from? I've had people, I know I have people from UK, I have people from USA. What country are you from? Hello, hello. Write down where are you from. Okay, so how do I connect mind body? It's again, you're asking me very good questions, but this is all about moving, and moving. And let me explain again, how can you connect mind with body? Right now, remember we were doing this. I said, could you please move your fingers, what do you call it? Index finger. I wanted to say thumb. That's why I stumbled, by the way. Okay, I wanted to say the wrong word and I stopped myself. Okay, hi, Uzair. Yay, good to see you. Okay, I just want to tell you, Uzair, I don't communicate privately with people who do not have stuttering, stammering, cluttering. This is why I quit talking to you. If you want to learn English, I'm not the right person to come to. Okay, I'm not doing it. You can go and find the English language teacher. Don't kind of take my time asking questions and communicating to me privately because I know you wanted to talk to me. I don't have time for this. I apologize. I simply don't have time. I'm so focused on saving from practically losing lives people who stutter. I'm really, really concerned about saving lives of those who stutter because I know when they come to me, a lot of them are suicidal. They are stressed out. They are just not looking forward into living this beautiful life because their life is not beautiful, Uzair, okay? So please understand. If you want to communicate with me privately, I will not do it. Unfortunately, I don't have time for this. Okay, so or if you do stutter, then I will communicate with you. Maybe I'm confusing you with someone else. Okay, so back to your question. You're doing like this, right? How do you know? How do you connect your body and mind? Because at first it was in your mind. I want to move my finger. Okay? You had this in your mind. I want to move your finger. And then you finally start moving it. This is the connection. The connection of mind and body happens through doing things, moving muscles, moving. And the other day, I had a whole broadcasting my live about the main cure for stuttering is movement. Movement. We're gonna move. Yesterday, I believe it was yesterday, I even had, or the day before yesterday, I had my live broadcast directly from the gym. I was running on the elliptical machine and talking to people. You gotta understand this is what you need. You need to move. Tongue is your muscle. You need to move it. And of course, how can you move it if you don't know how? If you want to move your tongue, but you go like, you can't. It's a block. Okay. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for letting me know. Duolin, that's why your name is kind of not familiar with me. You're from Iran. He's from Iran. You know what? Iran. You just reminded me of one of my poster boy, one of the favorite students. Of course, all my students, I love them all. But this is my favorite student. Let me show you one Iraqi man. Can you see? He was born in Iraqi refugee camp during the war in your beautiful country. Okay? When he was 3, the family moved to Finland, Helsinki, and they put him in the school for mentally retarded children. I talk about him every time I have a conversation with a new student. He's my I don't know, role model. And you know how he did what he did. You can read my book, it's free. This is the book about my conversation with Hussein Al-Hassan over 2.5 years until he got a job. He worked, he earned a lot of money. He took the course from me and he joined the class speaking club. It's called Toastmasters International. And guess what? He won the speaking contest. They gave him this ribbon. It says best speaker. Yeah, I wasn't sure if it's the best or best speaker. Okay, so just briefly, he wanted to kill himself. You there? Okay, please understand. This is who I'm working with. But this man had such a great personality. He was moving. He was doing exactly what I would tell him to do right away. And he would get 100% success right away because he followed my instructions precisely. He never asked questions. Anna, what should I do? Boom, boom, boom. He was doing it and he got his success right away. He's my poster boy. Anyway, so I'm just proud of you Iraqi people. If you guys are like Hussein, I am in love with you. Okay. If you want, once again, you can go to the website livestutterfree.com and download this book and just read it. When Hussein came to me, imagine, he didn't even know English language when he came to me first time. He was only 18 years old. He spoke Arabic, not really well. I mean, a little bit, because he lives in Finland most of his life, and Finnish language. And just because I guided him, I recommended to him, he learned on his own English language in 2.5 years. He mastered it enough to take the class. He was working 10 hours a day Again, Miriam, in terms of too expensive. He worked 10 hours a day. The job he was doing was just so hard. He was carrying heavy loads. He worked on the fur coat factory. He was just moving furs, they are very heavy, boxes with furs, and it's smelly too. Remember, imagine how they are working with furs, animal furs. It just stinks, okay? So he worked in this environment for a year and he collected the money. Actually, he told me he was able to collect the money in half of a year, 6 months. And he took the 3-day course. I just love him. This is a person who just doesn't take no for answer. He just does it. He works. And he's so appreciative. I never hear nasty, no, I paid you, you gotta do this. I never heard this. Money was never between us. Never. He paid one time, then forget it. That's it. Okay? Let me see if there are more questions. Oh, there are no questions anymore. Greetings from Houston. Hi, James. Thank you for joining. James, you need to write questions, James, because I still see people are watching me, but I don't see any more questions. And by the way, if you guys have any questions here on Instagram, go ahead and ask. Otherwise, I'm going to be wrapping it up because it's again 1 hour, 41 minutes. I pledge to myself to never go beyond 1 hour. But I am so compassionate. I am so passionate about my work. I want you guys to understand. It's your time now. I'm working for you, okay? I don't want you to be worried about your speech. I don't want you to hate yourself. I don't want you to feel miserable, to feel ashamed. This is what you're going to get from my students. I'm going to show you this picture because I'm very visual. Pictures speak better than 100 words, they say, or 1,000 of words. Can you see the image on the very first page of this book? This is Hussein before the class, and this is on the 3rd day of the class. I'm going to show it to my YouTube viewers closer. Do you see this? I write the distance between these two pictures is 3 days and 1 haircut. Look at this again. Between this and this, 3 days and 1 haircut, because he wanted to speak so much. After the class, he went to have his hair done, haircut, and he spoke to a hairdresser. So he came to me on the 3rd day. I'm like, wow, what happened to your head? Where is your hair? Beautiful hair. He said, I went to the hairdresser. People probably will not even believe that this is the same person. Yes, it is. And I'm going to show you another picture that I'm very proud of. You see this picture? This is Hussein, who took a picture of himself and sent it to him. And if you cannot read what's written here, I'll read. My speech is awesome, Hussein Al-Hassan. Iraqi man. Okay. And now I don't see any questions here. Let me go to Instagram. Let me see what's on Instagram. Duoling. I am a stutterer too. And I have also depression, of course. Depression, suicidal attempts. I've been through all of this. With my students. Of course you are depressed because you cannot do what you are supposed to do. What you are born to do. You're born to be free. And what kind of freedom you have if you cannot speak? It's, I don't know. I guess I am in a bad circle. Stutter and depression don't let me rescue myself from any of them. You know what? I don't think you are accurate about what you are saying. I understand you. I totally relate to your words. But let me explain something very, very simple. People write to me, or I'm very poor. I'm coming from a poor family. His family was poor. He didn't have a penny when he came to me. I simply supported him. You don't need help of your parents. He was only 18. He just graduated from high school and went from the army where they beat him up. They abused him in the army. He went through hell. So once again, that was just universe was directing him. And right now it's directing you, challenging you. You need to deal with the challenge, because only when we have the challenge, we begin overcoming, we begin acting, we begin moving. Once again, he didn't have money. He didn't have a job. He just sat at home and was looking for drugs for stuttering. But somehow he was smart and he read that there are too many side effects of those drugs and they don't really help much. Okay? So the bottom line, you are in a tough situation. I totally get it. But it doesn't mean, but you cannot improve your situation. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Have you guys watched the little video about the 5-year-old karate boy who was afraid to move his leg and to break the carbon board? Have you watched that video on Instagram? I published it yesterday or 2 days ago. Go watch it. Where the coach, the teacher was sitting, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Giving the faith to this 5-year-old kid. Yes, you can. The kid couldn't do it. He was afraid. He started crying, and the whole crowd, all the kids, other kids were screaming, beat it, do it. And the teacher go, yes, I know you can. I know you can, do it. And the kid did it. And this eyes, like, unfortunately, the quality of the video wasn't the best, but still. Did you see his eyes? He was so happy. That was the moment when he simply changed himself. He simply awakened his human's consciousness, his human's mind. He realized, yes, I can. I am doing this to each and every student. I encourage them. I say, yes, you can. If 400 other students have done it, why you wouldn't do it? Why? But of course, before, many students that came to me were able to afford this program. They had to work. Work, as I said, move other muscles of your body. Yes, I understand you cannot move this muscle. It's embarrassing. But I'm sure you can do a lot of other things really well. Can you wash cars? Can you carry heavy loads for older people? They can pay you. Can you go and work some kind of place, even in the store, where you have to, again, carry heavy loads? You're young, you're strong, you have young, strong body. Of course, I don't see you, I don't know how strong you are, but you are a man, especially Iraqi man. I know how tough Iraqi people are. Looking at Mike Hussein, you can do anything. You gotta understand, being poor, being miserable, it's just a starting point. The universe is challenging you. The universe wants to see how you're gonna overcome this challenge. How are you gonna do it? What are you gonna do it? If you believe that, see, you just wrote to me, they don't let me rescue myself from any of them. Someone, it's their fault. No, my dear. If you are older than 18 years old, it's now all about you. You. Only you can rescue yourself. You know why? because every person has purpose, has a business in this life. And this business is, I have to take care of myself. Even your parents, they may love you, of course, but even your parents cannot help you. They may borrow your money if you ask them and convince them to come to me and have a conversation with me. Don't give any guarantee, they may decide to help you. But like in case of Hussein, everyone was screaming, no, don't take this course, you're going to lose your money, it's a fraud. Everyone was screaming at Hussein. And guess what? Have you seen the video of his speech? Winning speech? I recommend. I'm now talking to you, Duoling. I recommend. I mean, I don't know how to send you your video because you need to contact me privately. Then I will see you. You know where the private section, messaging? Write to me, Anna, please send me the video of winning speech of Hussein. And I will do it, okay? You will watch it. Because he is telling his story. The story is coming from his mouth. Okay, guys, I see there are less people watching me now on Instagram. Oops, again more. It's strange, it comes and goes. Okay, Instagram. Any questions, Instagram? No questions. Any questions? If I have a chance. Okay. Yang Chu. If I have a chance, I would like to run an Etalon speech business in my country. You know what? Looking at your name, I'm suspecting that you are Chinese. Am I right? Are you Chinese? Is your country China? Maybe not. I don't know. I'm kind of looking at your name only. Okay, what country are you in? So once again, let me explain. This is very, very important statement Yang Chul just gave written. Let me tell you, somewhere in March, I have already created a business plan. Somewhere in March. Oh, yeah. Okay, you're on Facebook. I'm from Korea. Perfect. You know what? One of my marketing specialists speaks Korean language. She's been to Korea. She loves Korea. That's why I'm smiling. Okay, so I would be happy to train you, my dear. I welcome anyone to come and learn and to be interpreter, to teach people in Korea. Can you imagine how many lives you would be able to save? You would be a hero in your country, but I cannot guarantee that it's going to be easy. I've been doing it for 9 years. I've been through hell. If you go to Amazon and look the reviews for under my books, at least one book, you will understand what I'm talking about. I'm going totally with my heart, and all of a sudden I get all kinds of, sorry, not a good word, crap, dirt thrown at me. Okay? That was very tough, very, very tough. I had to learn that I simply, if I see someone who is disrespectful, who is BTS country, what is it? I don't know what it is, BTS country. Could you please not make it short, write the whole title, the whole name of your country. So I had really learned and grow very thick skin and not to give my heart to people who do not actually deserve my heart and my attention. The moment I see that someone is being nasty, disrespectful, I simply block these people. I don't deal with them. Okay? So in case you see me talking like, oh, goodbye, I'm going to just get rid of you. I'm going to block. You don't deserve my life, my time, my wisdom, because I do have a lot of wisdom that I have learned through years of my life, of course. And also, I have learned a lot of wisdom from my mentor. We all have mentors. Academic or Professor Roman Snishko, he's an independent scientist. This course that I teach was discovered and designed by him. Okay, I saw that someone sent me a message on Facebook, but I couldn't read it. Okay, so what is BTS country? Anybody knows? Here is a challenge. Yang Chul wrote to me, BTS, 3 capital letters, B, T, and S. Does anybody know what this country is? I don't know what it is. Okay. So if anybody knows, please write. If you don't know, you are just like me. I don't know. And by the way, I also teach my students to never be afraid to say, I don't know. People who stutter love to make a good impression on others, and they always pretend, oh, BTS, Korean boy bands. Korean boy bands. I don't know what it means. I apologize, Yang Chu. I don't know what it is. See, I'm Russian living in the United States of America. I'm not familiar with Korean boy bands. Is it some kind of a musical organization because it says bands? I don't know. You're going to probably laugh at what I'm saying now. I don't know. But anyway, the bottom line, you need to come to me, my dear. Come to me. The first consultation is free. You don't need to pay a penny. And then, of course, you're going to have to decide what you want to do with your life. Your life is short. And you know why I'm talking about it? Because I will be turning 62 years old. I can't believe it, that I'm going to be so old this year. I'm looking at myself. I see that I do look already aged a lot, but I thought it would never happen to me, okay? So my time on this planet is very limited. This is why I'm so passionate. Somewhere in March, I haven't decided yet, I will begin, now listen carefully, Yang Chu, I will begin teaching the college course. It's gonna called, this is what I wrote this book for. It's a college course. Of course, I will be not just using this book for my students to read. Everyone in this college course will be given this book. But I will be teaching my students to understand everything what's in the book and do it practically. And I will begin training Etalon speech educators together with my mentor, of course. We will be doing it together. This is my dream. This is my passion. I want to begin teaching new professionals. If people are speech therapists, I encourage them to come to me and take the course. I encourage them. If you really care about their patients, clients, okay? So it's a big change of career. You're gonna have a new career, a new profession. You're gonna have a huge satisfaction from what you're doing. You're giving people a chance to live a new life. And I will be teaching you how to do it. And also, from the very first moment after you graduate from the theoretical course, you will begin doing an internship, and not just doing internship, but getting paid for internship. This is the way we kind of did we kind of, how do I say, not created, designed, a better word. We designed our college course. Our students, right after 4 months, the first semester of theoretical training, they're going to immediately go and they're going to do training for about 2 years, okay? But they're not going to be just doing training. They're going to be making money while doing the training. Because this is the only way how we can train. You can train people to help others to stop stuttering only with hands-on, practically. This is how I've learned. I'm always together with my mentor, and I'm learning, and learning. Okay? So, okay, I see. I will contact you soon as I can speak English. You can speak English already. Do you understand me? If you understand me, I see your writing. Your writing is fine. I can understand your writing. I know Etalon Speech Truth. This is a revolution. Yes, it is. Yes, it is, my dear. And if you guys don't know, just go, Instagram people, go join my YouTube channel. What do you have to lose? Begin. Watch my videos. I actually recommend that you go to YouTube, and you know where they say playlist? Click on playlist and go video reports. That's a playlist. There are 100 playlists, not playlists, videos that I've selected and put together. Some of them are longer, some of them are shorter, but they mostly long videos. Some of them are like up to 45 minutes long. Can you imagine? Because I don't care. I show how my students speak. The reason these videos are long, because I'm amazed with the stories they tell. And here a person couldn't speak, blah, 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 okay? And the third day we are talking, sitting and talking, and you wouldn't know that this person could not speak 3 days ago, okay? So you gotta understand that you need to educate yourself. But once again, if you want to talk to me, come to me. I'm available. Today, I didn't have even one person came to me. I usually have 1 or 2 or 3 even some days. But today, nobody came to me. I feel bad. A whole day of my life, I did not give my wisdom to anybody. I could have helped so many people, but you guys don't come to me. I don't know what you're afraid of. I don't understand. I don't understand what you're afraid of. I know you stutter. I know. You don't have to worry about hiding from me. Okay, thank you, Anna, and I always support you. Thank you for your support, but you know what? You gotta come. Let me support you. Let me help you. So let's just get the ball rolling. Get it rolling. Russia, English-speaking countries. Maybe it's time for Korea. Maybe it's time for Iraq. Maybe it's time for France, Germany. Come to me. Let's do it. Let's do it, guys. The time, we're living in the changing times. When you want to change your life, not now. Now, come to me. Let's work together. You begin with liberating yourself, and then you're going to begin working on liberating other people, other souls. Because unfortunately, dark forces are still in charge. There is a constant battle between creation and death. Dark forces, death, is still in charge, okay? And creation is still kind of, I don't want to say the word weak, but it's not in power, because money is in hands of dark forces. And you can see, look at politicians. This is exactly why everything is so crazy. Politicians have all the money on the planet, and honest people cannot be politicians. You understand? So we need to begin working together. Come to me. Let's do it together. But of course, we need to begin with ourselves. Fix your own speech, and then you're going to begin speaking everywhere. Talking about it, telling other people. You know, if I tell you, I don't like making videos for one reason, only one. When my students tell me, Anna, could you please cover my face? I'm like, oh my God. Okay, it's a lot of work for me. but they do not realize what they just accomplished. They need to be proud of themselves. They need to celebrate. Yes, I no longer stutter. I am a perfect speaker, confident. Yet, instead of celebrating and screaming everywhere, I used to stutter, today I am a perfect speaker. Instead, they hide. They hide. And I understand it. They feel kind of embarrassed to even admit that they did stutter. They want to turn this page in their life and forget it and never tell anybody that they used to stutter. In this kind of setting, how can we become known in the world? It's a word of mouth. But what can we do if the mouth is shut up? How can we spread the message through the world? The mouth is closed. They hide behind covering their face. They hide behind pixelated faces in the video. People hide. Even my happy graduates, they say, thank you so much, Anna, and then they begin hiding. I'm waiting for stronger people. It's basically, I understand it, I totally get it, because being for so many years, being insecure, being paranoid a bit, and being fearful and having anxiety for so many years, I totally understand it. I relate to you. This is why their energy is very weak. Weak energy. In order to do what I am doing, because I'm telling you, it was very challenging for me as well. So you gotta have a very strong energy, very strong. And this strong energy is being powered by your consciousness, by your mind, by your will. Okay? You gotta fix your own speech. You gotta understand what gift you just received. But don't keep the gift just to yourself. Share with other people. Let's do it together. And this is exactly the new college I'm creating. We're going to be supporting each other. We're going to be helping each other. If one, let's say, student didn't do a good job, I'm going to immediately come and support and help and fix his mistakes. We're going to be helping each other. When there will no competition, there will be no competition. I don't believe in competition. I believe in supporting each other. We all one. We all one human's consciousness. Stop being competitive. Don't compete with each other. Love each other and support each other. This is the world I want to build. But I cannot do it alone. I need your help. Okay? So lots of love to you. I don't see any more questions. And it's been, oh my God, over 2 hours. Okay, I love you. I love you. Tomorrow I'll try it even later. Okay? Because I know in Florida, it's what time is it? It's 9 o'clock is my bedtime. I'm going to go to the gym right now because I don't want to go to bed. Too much adrenaline. Okay? So I recommend you catch me tomorrow. I will come tomorrow around maybe 8 o'clock, Florida time, Miami time, 8 o'clock. Okay? Lots of love to you. Talk to you tomorrow. Bring your questions. Don't forget. Okay, and broadcast, and now.